You ever just want to cruise the world under the moonlight? Let's take a midnight drive. So it's got you starting out living like a van life YouTuber, and going in and out of these Mario pipes will randomly send you to a whole new area, like dark mode Windows XP, Egypt, Ireland, the beach, a flat beach, a big city beach, Hitler's mountain getaway home, and more. But a road trip just isn't complete without a lot of alcohol. We're booze cruising this road trip. In the back of the van, there's plenty to keep the kids busy, like TV, chess, spin the bottle? Let's move on. On the door, there's a Walmart phone I haven't paid for a couple months. Hi, cat. How's it going? Oh, really? You don't say. To unlock it, you'll have to sub to the Patreon or buy VRChat's version of Robux. So I bought it because I like to be thorough. You can get a different version of the van, which is a lot cozier, but it doesn't offer much in the way of privacy. You can adjust the speed settings from, could be faster, to fucking slow. You can also pick which zones you want to go to, but if you don't pick a different one, you'll just stay on the same one in a perpetual loop. And then there's these options to help spice up your road trip, like butterflies, bubbles, the lanterns from Tangled, jellyfish, the northern lights. Kind of misspelled that a little bit there. And souls. And while you're parked, it becomes a giant soulnado.
It's a twister! It's a twister!
But is it worth $10 a month? Looking at the perks alone, no, it's not worth it. Sorry. But there's a much better reason that should be taken into consideration. Wispy-Woo is part of a really small team, like 2 people, and they keep putting out beautiful and detailed worlds one after another for free. So it's really less about whether or not the perks are worth it, and more about whether or not you want to support a small team for all the hard work they do, and you want to make sure they have food on the table. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide. In every zone, you can press the steering wheel to park the car and get out and explore. I'm going to be honest, when I first started recording for this video, I didn't know you could do that. So I was just stuck in the van, just going on and on, looking at the sights, going, wow, there's not much to this world. Like, it looks pretty, but man, I really wish I could explore. Unbeknownst to me, the answer was literally right next to me, and I could just press the button. I was such an idiot. A fun little thing I'd like to do is try to find the edge of every zone and then jump off it. Some zones had invisible walls, and others didn't, which led me to see things beyond the edge that no man was ever meant to see. Anyway, an optional activity you can do is collect these squibbers. Collecting the spiders would be a lot more fun if you could run faster than a diabetic cheetah. There's no indication that you found one of the spiders in an area, so all I have to rely on is my photographic memory of 1 megapixel. Once you've found them all, go to the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1. There you'll find a Stargate. I'm gonna have to warn you, the next section is going to have a bit of a strong opinion and spoilers. So if you want to experience this for yourself, you can just skip to the next section. Enter the Stargate and you'll pop out on top of one of these floating rocks. And here's your prize. A shack with a bed. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was expecting something more than just a really shitty view of the moon. You know, the same moon you can see in every single zone, but not that one. I wouldn't be so disappointed if the payoff actually matched the effort to find the spiders. Because again, the running speed makes you feel like a paraplegic with a flat tire. In short, the minigame is a waste of time, but if you want to do it anyway, go for it. And speaking of finding bugs, I found a couple when I was running around being silly. You know, the usual. Funny thing is, I don't really mind them. As of right now, every time you park the car, if you go back to the freeway, you can see the glowy bit of the steering wheel, the pens, and the tablet just floating in midair. You know, and you can even go up to them and interact with them. I don't know how I made this happen, but I encountered one graphical glitch where I made the world forget itself, and it looked like I was just flying through the ether. Remember, this world was made by 2 people. It's actually very impressive that there's not that many bugs, and they're really good about making fixes and updates whenever they're found. Wispy Woo and relaxing worlds are kind of synonymous, so it comes as no surprise that this world has that in spades, but it also has a bit of melancholy to it. Even though you are at the mercy of RNG, the randomization of the zones really does give you like a sense of adventure, and getting out and exploring each zone is just a lot of fun. There's just so much variety, so come on by and explore. The road's calling. I'm off to find another world. I'll see you again.